thanks for joining me. We're going to take a look at the Tuckman model now and how it applies to performance. And I just want to clarify that we could disappear down a rabbit hole with performance. So I can almost hear the question, well, which aspect of performance? I think if we can, for the purposes of this conversation, just confine it to producing good outcomes, and then we can maybe in the future or in different conversations think about, well, let's see if we can refine that a little bit. But for now, let's talk about how we produce good outcomes. Okay, so let's take a look. You can see, can't you, the Tuckman pattern here, from individual to working stuff out to a rules-based environment to one that is actually performing, guided by the rules, of course, but it's doing far more than that. And here we, at the high end of performance, we have achieving flow. And I'm often asked what flow is, and for me, it's when people are producing good stuff and it shows, and they're enjoying it and it shows, and when they talk about it, it shows. And that process of flow is bringing far more to them, to their team, to the organisation than just the task in hand. So it's a very powerful state, a very rewarding state, and in terms of developing in individuals, a very desired state to achieve. But at the forming stage, we can expect that people will be following their individual efforts, and for those of us who are leading, it's a matter of really recognising what those efforts are and how they integrate into the purpose of our being here, and how we're able to articulate that and use it as a development point. I'm going to offer a personal opinion here, and say that this is a stage that we could be tempted to rush through. Look, we know what we're here, we know what we're supposed to do, and that's fine. Getting some clarity about roles and tasks is fine. It seems to me to be worthwhile to include other aspects of performance. What's our behavioural performance? What's our ethical performance? What's our performance in the way we look after each other and look out for each other? What's our performance in the way we've got each other's backs? We need to actually talk that out, talk it through, because I think it's one of those sort of critical areas where, quite legitimately, if you fall short at some point, you don't be in a position where you're saying, well, nobody told me. We need to embrace people into becoming part of that discussion, part of achieving that clarity, so that we've got a really good idea what for us as a team, and we agree on what performance actually is. And that transcends, if you like, the job outputs. I hope that you're feeling from this it goes much further than that. What we're doing as we're working this out, we are taking ourselves to a norming stage where we've got some rules, we've got some ideas about this is what our performance looks, sounds and feels like, and to achieve it, then we can start putting in the conventions that make work happen. Look, we need to go further though, don't we? Because when we're talking about achieving flow, we are taking norming to a different place. We're almost saying, look, norming is almost our fitness training pack. We've gone through that. We are now able, with our clarity, with our energy, with our agreements on the way we look after each other, the way we behave, and the pride we take in our work, the joy we take in our work, we can now take that so that we are achieving much more than simply delivering on the tasks. And if we think about, what would you rather be a part of? Something quite mechanistic, that processes stuff and gets it out there, or do you want to be part of high energy, high performance, high rewards? And I'm not talking about financial rewards here. I'm talking perhaps about those personal, those interpersonal rewards. Far more subtle, far more difficult to achieve, but far more meaningful when we have them. And I think that's what I'm talking about when I'm emphasising performance and flow here. For leaders, I'm tempted to say, are you confident enough to take the discussion in that direction at the storming and norming stage? Interesting prompt, eh? Okay, as we come to the end of this particular presentation, I think I'd just like to re-emphasise the importance I attach to this particular stage, because we are beginning to thrash out, to articulate and to agree on what our purpose is, what we're actually doing is we are concentrating on our outputs, and then, if you like, the scaffolding we need to take us there. And what does our scaffolding consist of? What does it mean about relationships, the performance of relationships, our individual performance, how we discuss that, how we celebrate our successes, how we learn from our shortcomings. A critically important area for leaders to step up to the plate on this one and really make it a part of their leadership role and developing their individuals and their teams. And that brings us to the end, and as ever, I hope that you found it interesting and valuable. Some ideas occur to you. I look forward to seeing you here again in our next clip, where we're going to talk about predictability. Thank you.